Which archetype are you becoming? And who's watching? In the grand theater of life, we all play roles. From the moment we're born, we begin to shape ourselves, consciously or unconsciously, into certain patterns, certain characters. These are our archetypes, the universal blueprints of human experience that resonate deep within our collective psyche. But in an age of constant connection, where every moment can be captured, curated, and broadcast, a new, unsettling question arises. Which archetype are you truly becoming? And perhaps more importantly, who's watching? Today, on Echoes of Olympus, we delve into the fascinating world of archetypes, exploring how these ancient patterns still influence our modern identities. But we won't stop there. We'll confront the pervasive gaze of the digital age, examining how the constant pressure to perform, to be seen, and to be validated by an unseen audience can subtly, yet profoundly, distort our authentic selves. Join us as we uncover the delicate balance between self-discovery and social performance, and ask, can we truly become who we are meant to be when everyone is watching? The echoes of ancient archetypes in modern selves. The concept of archetypes, popularized by the Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung, suggests that humanity shares a collective unconscious, a reservoir of universal experiences and images. Within this reservoir reside archetypes, innate, universal patterns of thought and behavior that manifest in our personalities, dreams, and stories across cultures and time. Think of the hero, like Hercules or Luke Skywalker, embarking on a perilous journey to overcome obstacles and achieve greatness. Or the sage, embodied by Athena or Yoda, offering wisdom and guidance. The lover, like Aphrodite or Romeo, seeking connection and intimacy. The rebel, a Prometheus or a modern activist, challenging the status quo. These aren't just characters in myths. They are fundamental aspects of the human psyche, influencing our aspirations, fears, and motivations. We naturally gravitate towards certain archetypes, seeing ourselves reflected in their struggles and triumphs. We might aspire to be the courageous hero, the compassionate caregiver, or the innovative creator. This process of identifying with and embodying archetypes is a crucial part of self-discovery and personal growth, helping us understand our place in the world and our potential. The unseen audience, the digital gaze. In ancient times, the audience for our archetypal journey was often limited to our immediate community, our family, or perhaps the gods themselves. Their judgment, while significant, was often internalized or delivered through direct interaction. But today, the stage is global, and the audience is vast, invisible, and relentless. Who's watching? In the digital age, the answer is almost everyone, all the time. Social media platforms have transformed our lives into a constant performance. We curate our images, craft our narratives, and present carefully constructed versions of ourselves to an unseen multitude. The number of likes, shares, and followers becomes a tangible measure of our perceived worth, a digital applause that feeds our ego and, paradoxically, our insecurities. This constant digital gaze creates a powerful external pressure to conform to certain archetypal ideals. We might find ourselves subtly, or not so subtly, altering our behavior, our opinions, and even our appearance to fit the mold of the successful influencer, the perfect parent, the woke activist, or the effortlessly cool adventurer. The line between authentic self-expression and performance blurs as we become increasingly aware that every post, every comment, every interaction is being observed, judged, and potentially amplified. This isn't just about vanity. It's about a fundamental shift in how we perceive and develop our identities. The archetypes we embody can become less about genuine self-discovery and more about a carefully managed brand. We might unconsciously adopt the persona of an archetype, not because it resonates with our deepest truth, but because it garners the most validation, the most attention, the most likes. The danger here is that we become so focused on the external gaze that we lose sight of our internal compass, sacrificing authenticity for approval. The paradox of performance. Losing ourselves in the gaze. This constant performance, this living under the digital gaze, creates a profound paradox. The very tools designed to connect us can, ironically, lead to a deeper sense of alienation from ourselves. When we are constantly performing an archetype for an audience, we risk losing touch with the raw, unedited, and often imperfect self that lies beneath the curated surface. Consider the archetypes we discussed: the hero, the sage, the lover. When these are performed for external validation, they can become hollow. The hero becomes a showman, seeking applause rather than genuine challenge. The sage becomes a purveyor of platitudes, valuing popularity over true wisdom. The lover becomes obsessed with the image of romance, rather than the messy reality of intimacy. This isn't to say that all online interaction is inauthentic, far from it. But the pressure to constantly present a polished, archetypal version of ourselves can lead to identity diffusion, a blurring of who we truly are versus who we present ourselves to be, leading to confusion and a lack of rootedness, increased anxiety and depression. The relentless pursuit of external validation is a never-ending race. The fear of not measuring up, of being canceled, or of simply not being seen can lead to chronic anxiety and a sense of inadequacy. Loss of intrinsic motivation. When our actions are driven by external rewards, likes, followers, our intrinsic motivation for genuine growth and self-expression can diminish. Superficial connections. Relationships built on curated archetypes rather than authentic selves tend to be shallow and unfulfilling, leaving us feeling isolated even amidst a large online following. The who's watching question becomes less about accountability and more about a subtle form of control. We become self-censoring, self-editing, constantly adjusting our archetypal performance to fit the perceived expectations of our audience. We become, in a sense, our own jailers, trapped by the desire to be seen in a certain light. Reclaiming your archetype. The power of inner sight. So how do we break free from the tyranny of the external gaze? How do we ensure that the archetype we are becoming is truly our own, guided by our inner truth, rather than the fleeting approval of an unseen audience? The answer lies in shifting our focus from who's watching to what am I becoming for myself? 1. Cultivate self-awareness. Begin with introspection. What are your core values? What truly motivates you, independent of external validation? Journaling, meditation, and quiet reflection can help you reconnect with your authentic self, distinguishing between your true desires and those imposed by societal or digital pressures. 2. Embrace imperfection. The most powerful act of rebellion in a perfection-obsessed world is to be authentically, beautifully imperfect. Your flaws, your struggles, your vulnerabilities are not weaknesses. They are part of your unique human story. Sharing them, when appropriate, can foster deeper, more genuine connections than any curated image. 3. Define your own audience. You get to choose who truly matters. Focus on building meaningful relationships with a few trusted individuals who see and appreciate you for who you are, not for the archetype you perform. Their genuine support is far more valuable than 1,000 anonymous likes. 4. Disconnect to reconnect. Regularly step away from the digital noise. Spend time in nature, engage in hobbies that bring you joy without the need for an audience, and cultivate face-to-face interactions. These moments of disconnection from the digital gaze are crucial for reconnecting with your inner self and the real world. 5. Live your archetype, don't perform it. Instead of performing an archetype, strive to live it. If you aspire to be a hero, seek out genuine challenges and act with courage, even when no one is watching. If you resonate with the sage, pursue true knowledge and wisdom, not just sound bites. Let your actions be guided by your internal compass, not by external applause. The authentic echo. The question, which archetype are you becoming, and who's watching, is a call to profound self-reflection. In a world that constantly demands our performance, the greatest act of courage is to be authentically ourselves. The archetypes are powerful guides, but they are meant to illuminate our path, not to become a cage built by external expectations. By cultivating inner sight, embracing our imperfections, and choosing authenticity over applause, we can reclaim our narrative. We can become the architects of our own archetypal journey, free from the tyranny of the digital gaze. And in doing so, we not only liberate ourselves, but also inspire others to find their own authentic echoes in a world that desperately needs genuine connection. If this video resonated with you, please like, subscribe to the Echoes of Olympus channel for more deep dives into mythology, psychology, and modern life, and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. And remember, the most powerful audience you will ever have is yourself.